Football can be a brutal sport. Football fans across the globe have felt the disappointment that comes with the sport, but enough of the dread and gloom, let's review some of the funniest football incidents ever. I mean, everything's got a lighter side, so we're going to see the lighter side of smacking balls with feet. Nemanja Matic didn't participate in Chelsea's Carling Cup win over Tottenham, but he wore his jersey to join his fellow players in the celebration after the match. He appeared to have played, and it subsequently appeared as if he had also been hurt while playing. Marino claims that the injury is not serious, and he'll be ready for Chelsea's upcoming encounter against PSG.
Matic is injured, and he got an injury celebrating the cup. I'm not kidding.
This is fortunate since we briefly thought that Chelsea had switched bodies with Arsenal, so yeah, Matic, get better soon. During Argentina's triumphant return to Buenos Aires on Tuesday, Martinez was seen walking about with a baby doll that had Mbappe's face printed on it. Martinez was seen holding the baby doll up with Kylian Mbappe's face during Argentina's World Cup celebrations on an open-top bus parade through Buenos Aires. Emiliano Martinez claims that he had no intentions of offending the Frenchman. The Paris Saint-Germain attacker is someone that Aston Villa goalkeeper says he has great respect for. And he also claimed that he wouldn't be replicating any of his celebrations. Following Argentina's World Cup victory, a somewhat unexpected rivalry between PSG sensation Kylian Mbappe and Aston Villa goalkeeper Emi Martinez looked to be growing. A little weird. The keeper has now disclosed exactly what he says to the forward. A little unconscious sniffing wouldn't be bad, but it seems that this coach's experience wasn't good. During the 2016 Euros in France, the 61-year-old German caused controversy with his scratch and sniff. The 2014 World Cup champion made waves yet again when he seemed to sniff his fingers in the dugout after Germany's 1-0 loss to France at Euro 2020. After the 2016 scratch and sniff incident, Lowe apologized for his behavior and promised to behave differently in the future. Man, myth, and legend, the Swedish god of football has not failed to make us yet again. The iconic Swedish man has a knack for making his interviews into a hoot of an event with his witty remarks and what are perceived to be arrogant opinions. One such occasion occurred when the host asked Zlatan to rank himself on a scale of 1 to 10 during an interview. Unsurprisingly, Zlatan Ibrahimovic's response of 11 out of 10 was one of his greatest performances ever. The fact that he gave himself a 20 out of 10 rating when asked how highly he thought of himself as a person is even more intriguing. When Jimmy Kimmel asked Zlatan Ibrahimovic if he would be at the upcoming World Cup, Zlatan simply responded, "A World Cup without me wouldn't be much of a World Cup," which caused the studio to erupt in laughter and joy and once again revealed to the world who Ibra really is. Athletes frequently express gratitude to their loved ones after receiving honors. When earning the Man of the Match award on Friday, Ghanaian player Mohamed Anas took it to the next level by honoring both his wife and his girlfriend. In a 2-2 Premier League game with Ajax Cape Town, Anas got 2 goals for the Free State Stars. During the post-match ceremony, the Free State Stars striker appeared to thank both his wife and his girlfriend, which was a ridiculous event. In a post-game interview with the South African TV network SuperSport, Anas remarked, "I thank my supporters, as well as my wife and my girlfriend. My wife. My wife. I'm very sorry to say that. You have my utmost affection."
For giving me this. And I appreciate my fans also. My wife and my girlfriend. My wife. Yeah, sorry to say. I'm so sorry, my wife. Listen, I love you so much. Aya, I love you so much from my heart. So, must keep on supporting.
The Sidemen charity match made a comeback and welcomed some of the most well-known YouTube personalities to the Valley in London. KSI and American YouTuber IShowSpeed collided into a sliding tackle after the game had only been going for 20 seconds. IShowSpeed then proceeded to celebrate as though he had just scored the game-winning goal in the World Cup final. Given KSI's stellar boxing record, he may have chosen the wrong opponent. However, it immediately energized the audience inside the Valley. He dashed off, imitated Cristiano Ronaldo's signature celebration, and then stood on the billboards in front of the audience. Unfortunately, the goal was ruled off base, thus the celebrations were for nothing. At Saturday's charity football match between an Owls Legends fan and Doncaster Legends team at Rovers Eco Power Stadium, Di Canio represented his former team Wednesday. And after Di Canio took issue with the judgment in the second half of the friendly game, the referee took a tumble. The Italian laughed out the situation after seeing the humor in it and making a high five with the official. After scoring a goal, a female football player played injured before cheekily twerking her rear. The humorous occurrence happened late in the United States match between Kansas City Current and Angel City in the National Women's Soccer League. After Kari Rocaro gave Angel City the lead in the 78th minute, the game appeared to have been won by the visitors. A few seconds later, the 29-year-old midfielder's joy seemed to change to agony as she bolted off while gripping her hamstring and playing with a hurt look on her face. But it was just a sophisticated ploy. Without pausing, La Bonta joined her laughing team members in a shake of the bum, instead of, her clutching and hobbling. In contrast to the usual situation, City Yaya Torre chose to target Blues danger player Hazard as they entered the stadium. In his best moments, the former Barcelona player was a delight to watch, and in addition to being a world-class entertainer for a while in England, he provided us with a hilarious scene before a game against Chelsea in September 2014. See, Torre was on the camera, handing Eden Hazard a little clip around the ear in the corridor prior to kickoff. And the Belgian has no idea what's happening. With no time to spare to ensure that he isn't late, the Spain international chooses to drop his tracksuit as he sprints through the fence, rather than waste time in a dressing room. Suddenly, somehow, he's decked out in the Blues' brand new home uniform for the 2015-16 season on the opposite side of the fence. The international player for Spain rushes through a chain-link fence before bursting through it. To increase the excitement of the trick, he changes from a tracksuit into the team's brand new blue home jersey. Mesut Ozil just enjoys showing off his abilities by playing with chewing gum, as seen in the Arsenal midfielder's latest Adidas advertisement for his laceless footwear. During his warm-up in October 2013, Ozil was captured on camera playing with his chewing gum. The 42.5 million euro club record signing spit it out, volleyed it with his right foot, collected it again, and grinned as his teammates watched. Although his ball-handling prowess has contributed significantly to Arsenal's dominance in the Premier League this season, his chewing gum wizardry has so far been one of his career high points at the Emirates. The Saints mascot embarrassed the Chelsea captain with a funny joke in the tunnel before the Premier League game, although Ralph Hasenhutl's team still won 2-1. The youngster offered to shake Azpilicueta's hand as they lined up, but comically withdrew his offer at the last second before mocking the 33-year-old Southampton captain James Ward-Prowse. To his credit, though, the Spanish defender recognized the humor and the clever prank, which will undoubtedly make the Southampton mascot a household name on the internet for all the right reasons. The manager of Crystal Palace's celebration following his team's FA Cup final goal against Man United got a lot of attention. Jason Puncheon ought to have been the center of attention because he scored the goals, but wait until you notice what happened to the camera panned towards Pards. Unbelievably, those of us who were watching on TV weren't the only ones that were perplexed by this toe-curlingly cringeworthy episode of craziness. Even Juan Mata had to confirm with his teammates that what he had just seen actually did happen. Pardew was seen on camera dancing as Jason Puncheon gave Palace a lead in the 78th minute. However, Juan Mata tied the score for United just before Jesse Lingard scored the game's winning goal in extra time, preventing Pardew from continuing to dance the night away. And these are just a few of the funniest events in football history. Leave a comment about some of your favorite in the comment section down below. I mean, where else are you going to put the comments? On your forehead? Do that. That's funnier.